over the past few years, I've done like a lot of work out of northern BC, northern Alberta. Worked on a gold mine, which was very cool. Worked up in the tar sands. Is is a different way of life, and you're in and out of camps. You're flying every 2 3 weeks, maybe every week. You come home and things are a little different. Things seem a little different. Like you don't keep in touch with people as much as you'd like to. But you make the sacrifices because the money is really good for tradesmen. So working away like that, I was able to bring my expenses way down. You're not paying for food and all that, so you can work away and you can really get ahead with a lot of things that you want to do at home, where the wage or the lifestyle may not necessarily allow you to do that. So part of working away and working so hard and saving a bunch of money and keeping my expenses down, I was able to get enough money together, and I had enough time to come up with a plan. I saw the Isle of Man TT race, which was absolutely incredible to watch, just on YouTube with different videos and stuff. When I started getting into MotoGP, and I thought, well, hey, I've got the resources. At some point, I'll find the time to go check out this race. So I thought on, and I've always, I've ridden a motorcycle since I was 19, and since I got my license, and I thought, well, hey, why don't I get myself a motorbike? Because I've been working with guys who had Harleys and sport bikes, so I thought I'd try out a Harley this time, and everything started to develop, and I wanted to go see this race, so I bought a Harley, and I thought, well, hey, why don't I just make a whole trip of it instead of 2 weeks in Ireland? I'll just to watch the Isle of Man. Why don't I just ride somewhere and then fly my bike over and then ride around Ireland and check out that race, which would be really a dream come true for me after watching those videos, and not seeing that it's really how easy it was to make it happen. So about 6 months ago, I started planning this, and I thought, well, hey, maybe I'll ride to New York and take my bike over, and some things changed. I just found it's pretty expensive, and you got to have a lot of time to ship your bike over, and you can fly it over, but then you're paying a lot to do that. So I thought, hey, why don't I just ride to New York, and then fly over to Ireland, watch the race, and then come back home, or come back to New York, pick up my bike, and ride back home. But then I thought, why would I kind of wanted to avoid all the area through southern Ontario, and it's kind of a rough spot. I've heard from lots of people who ride that it's maybe not the best place to go through. It's a really dirty area. I don't know. I've never ridden it, but yeah. So I thought, hey, why don't I ride down south, get down through the United States, and make my stop at Miami and fly from there to Dublin, and it worked out pretty good. It's actually pretty inexpensive to fly from Miami to Dublin, so that's kind of the foundation of my plan. So I put together, a route that I want to take, places I want to see while I'm on the way, and it's constantly changing because I'm talking to people and telling them what I want to do, and they're telling me, oh, you got to check out this place, you got to check out that place. So it's lots of help from people who are enthusiastic about traveling and seeing a lot, especially in the United States. I mean, we live right there, and I've been to Vegas a few times, and I really enjoyed my time in the desert. So I'll get a crack at it this time, because I'll be probably 5 or 6 days through the desert camping and riding, and seeing what there is to see, and I'm really excited about it. So that's my goal with this, is just to do this ride this year and see how it goes. I might do it again. I might not. I might expand on it. Maybe if some people were interested in doing it with me. Some great suggestions out there. I should have, 6 months ago when I started planning, I should have put it out on Craigslist, or one of those used Victoria sites, or whatever, and see who's interested in doing a ride. Because then when you pair up and you get a group of people, you can add a lot of dynamic to your travels and get a different perspective on things. But for me, doing it alone is going to be very cool, very fun. Um, I've been pretty anxious the last month. Just finished working last week, and I've been really grateful for the people that have really pushed me along in employment. Doing the jobs in the northern parts of the country. There are a lot of people up there. Made a lot of friends. People really pushing me along, and back home too. The guys are just doors wide open. You want to go travel, go ahead and travel, and we'll see you when you get back. You got a job. I mean, it's really nice to have that kind of support around. And I'm very pleased with that. It's a realization that I can kind of that really hits home when you put away a lot of work and you can get caught up in making this big money and moving ahead in life, but then you can kind of look and see, like, at the same time that, oh, maybe I won't get a chance to do this if I buy that house, or maybe I won't get a chance to do this if this or that. There's a million what ifs, but I just say, like, I thought of something cool, and now what I think is cool, and a lot of guys around here, is I'm getting my bike parts and in and out of the shops and that. They're really excited, and they're a lot of them are rooting for me and really been helping me out and supporting me in my plans. So it's really nice to have that kind of support. And yeah, so my trip is it's basically going to hit down the west coast through the United States, and then work my way east from San Francisco, and then south down to Phoenix, and then straight across east to right on to Florida, and then fly out to Dublin, have a couple days in Dublin, then take the ferry over to the Isle of Man, stay there for about 8 days, and then back to Dublin, and then fly back to Miami, and hopefully I can make it up more central through the United States and catch a glimpse of Utah and Colorado. I'd really like to see that, and eventually cross the border again back into Canada around Saskatchewan, and go visit some guys in Saskatoon that I know, which would be nice to do, and then ride back home. So I'm thinking I should be across the border again. I'm leaving on Tuesday the 22nd, I believe, and then I'll be back at probably around June 20th, maybe June 25th, at the Canadian border again in Saskatchewan. And then from there I'll ride home, and maybe by then I'll be sick of riding, or maybe I'll be planning my next trip. It's hard to say, but I'm glad that I've really put the effort into doing something like this, because I talk to a lot of people and older guys that I work with and that, and they never got the chance, or they never took the opportunity to do these things. So it's very cool that I could learn from the experience of others, and take advantage of what I got going for me, and the support in the community, and the people that I know around where I live, and the guys that I've met working away. It's pretty awesome, and I'm super stoked, super anxious, because I don't know what I'm going to run into, what's going to happen. But hey, that's the best of life, as far as I can